Don't you just love a really good secret?
Yeah, I love being in the know. I just like being in on everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Do you think you keep good secrets?
Oh, I gotta keep good secrets. A therapist, counselor, you gotta keep confidentiality all the time.
Go out into the real world. Like, do you keep secrets in your real life?
Yes, I keep good secrets. How about you?
Oh, I am very, very trustworthy.
Okay, how about the people in your world?
It is hilarious. My mother-in-law, never tell her a secret.
Your mother-in-law?
Yes, she has ruined so many surprises I had for Mark. It's always on accident.
Guess what?
What?
That reminded me of my mother.
Why? What did your mom do?
My mother, the night of our honeymoon, she broke a secret where we were staying. There was a couple in her bedroom.
No possible
Thanks,
way.
Mom.
Okay, that is horrible. But what about secret gifts? Like when it comes to Christmas.
I like Christmas.
Do you check what your gifts were ahead of time?
Why are you asking?
Oh, that means you did.
Well, just a couple times I did a little.
So, are you a shaker?
No.
Do you squeeze? Do you peek? Do you rip it off and rewrap it?
I kind of take a little peek in the corner because I kind of guess what the box is, and I just kind of, you know, you open it up and see, that's what I thought.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. Right now, we are about to take a sneak peek.
It is so good. We're going to take a peek into what it means to be a happily married man.
Okay, and if you can believe this, a study was done. Thousands of men all going to a website for the secrets of happily married men, and they're going to tell us.
Hold on. Everybody's wondering, were there enough guys for the study? You know
okay, there were tons of guys for the study.
Yeah,
I'm wondering
wasn't a very long list, I bet, right?
Yes, but I'm wondering what some of those secrets were. Like, do you really think that there were a ton of things that men need to make them happy? Because I think of men not complicated like women. Like, they're far simpler, I think, to understand.
You didn't say simple, did you?
Yes, very simple.
Men are simple.
Yes.
Did you,
That's not a negative word.
Did you hear her say men are simple? I heard her say that.
That is not a negative
we're Neanderthal.
No.
You know, just give me a great steak and great sex, and that's good.
Did you hear me say that? I never said any of that.
You said we're simple.
No, I said
you're
uncomplicated. I said you're not demanding that. I was saying something positive.
Whatever.
Yes, I was. But the other thing I wonder if when these young guys get married, do they automatically know really what's going to make them happy as a man?
Matter of fact, a lot of you men, you don't even know what you're missing in marriage because you don't know what their needs really are, what can be met there. And we want to talk to you about the secrets of happily married man. It is your future.
We got to take a sneak peek. Like, we are dying to tell you these secrets.
She is dying to tell you. She's always dying. Stay with us. Every man watching will want this. I mean, more than free tickets to this year's Super Bowl.
Oh, whoa.
Because every man wants to know the secrets of happily married men because it's all of our future.
Okay, so we've got the keeper of the secret. We've got a professor from Brown University who's the author of the Secrets of the Happily Married Men. Let's welcome Scott Haltzmann. Okay, guys. I gotta be honest, when it comes to the media and it comes to our culture today, men are broken. And frankly, we need to fix them.
Hold on. Men are broken.
Yes, it's like the $6 million man. It's like, we have the technology, we can rebuild
That's
him.
what every wife goes to the altar and says, I'm gonna fix this guy. It'll only take me 2 years to get him straight.
Well, men have this reputation of not being able to get things right. You know, that's one of the main things that men will say when I see them and talk to them. I counsel men, and they'll come to me and they'll say, I don't have any complaints about my relationship. I don't have any complaints about my wife. There's only one thing that I want to change, and that's that she has all these complaints about me.
Okay.
That she can't, I don't seem to be able to get anything right, and it's frustrating for me as a man.
Well, I really liked in your book when you talked about it's okay for a man to be a man. You know,
Well, what does that mean? It's okay for a man to be a man. Does that mean it's okay for a man to burp and it's okay for a man to scratch his stomach?
Stop there.
Well,
well, what does it mean?
Well, I think one of the things that I feel is a challenge as a husband, and a lot of men that I deal with, have this idea that there's a proper way to be in a relationship. There's a proper way to have a kind of connection with your spouse. And that connection means that you should be able to sit with your wife at the table and have candlelight and just stare into her eyes. There's nothing wrong with being civil.
Yeah, but again, sometimes guys got to be outside the box. I mean, hockey players, Canada, you know, football players, U.S., I mean, we like collisions.
Well,
okay, wait a minute. Jump back.
I'm not.
What's wrong with them looking in our eyes over the candlelight? I'm missing that.
There's nothing wrong with looking in your eyes. You've got very nice eyes, by the way.
Well, thank you. You just scored a point.
What was I talking about? No, but I think the problem is that, you know, biologically, men have less ability to make eye contact than women
Really?
do.
Like physically?
I knew it. We're okay.
That's proof. If you do studies on fetuses as they're growing and test the level of testosterone,
Right.
and then you look at that child a year later, the boys that had the highest levels of testosterone will have the lowest amount of eye contact with their mom and dad as a baby.
Okay, that's fascinating.
This is not something that's socialized, that's taught through social skills. This is something that's inborn.
Right.
Men have less ability to maintain eye contact. I don't think that men should avoid eye contact. One of the things I write about in my book is if your wife wants you to think you're listening to her, make eye contact.
Right.
It's really important, okay? Got that? But the idea that that's the right way to communicate
Yeah, okay, you made a point
false
there.
one.
That's
This
for
is where
sure.
we got to make allowance here. You see, too often we have to move towards what women feel is a close relationship. And it's almost like they want another girlfriend for a husband. Right? Like he can't be the girlfriend that's the chatterbox all the time. You have to have a girlfriend.
Right, now, Dave, you know that when we're out with other men, we can spend hours just watching a game or going fishing or going for a walk, and we may not
And you
talk at all.
It's a conversation we make, and we go home and nobody's mad at each other.
Yeah,
right?
nobody's mad at each other,
What's
and we
wrong
feel
with me?
and we feel connected. And we feel connected, and we feel bonded, right?
Yeah.
And then you get home, right? And your wife says, "Oh, so you're with Dave?" "Yeah, I heard Dave's wife was sick." "Oh, was she?" He didn't mention it.
Oh.
You know, but we can connect.
Right.
And yet my wife will sometimes look at me and say, "Well, you didn't connect the right way with Dave, because you didn't talk about the problems that are going on in your lives." And I think what I want women to understand is that's another way to connect for men, just to spend time together. And talking about your emotions is not easy for men to do sometimes.
Here's one thing.
Why?
Just a second. This really helped me. You get to the why in a minute, okay? But this really helped me to understand that women like to communicate face to face. They like to look eye to eye, face to face. Men are comfortable shoulder to shoulder, side by side. Right? And so in a balanced relationship, there needs to be face to face time, but wives got to realize there needs to be shoulder to shoulder time. Let's just do things together. The guy will talk more if he's not in this, let's talk. Right? It's, oh, okay. What? What are you feeling? I have no feelings. What are you thinking? I'm not thinking. You got to be feeling, you got to be thinking. Like, I mean, okay.
Here's the thing. We are feeling. We genuinely are. Let me just do a little demonstration.
So men do have
here.
feelings. Men
have feelings. Right here in the right hemisphere of your brain.
I have one.
Is where your feelings are. And the left hemisphere of your brain is where you're able to express your feelings. Now, one of the problems is that the connecting fibers between the right side of the brain
don't connect to the left. I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
They do not work as well in men as they do in women. So when a woman looks at you and says, "A penny for your thoughts," a guy's like, "Oh, please don't ask me to tell you my thoughts. I don't know what they are." But they're there. We have feelings, we have emotions, but it's not easy for us to talk about.
Okay, what I'm starting to sense is something that, you know what, single women, start listening now, okay? And married women, we've got to realize that being a man, it's not an obstacle, it's actually an advantage.
How about that?
They need to bring who they are as a man to our relationship. And I've got to tell you, Scott, out of all the books I've read of differences between male and female, the one thing that you did in this book that really stood out to me is you so highly endorse men bringing masculinity to a relationship.
Absolutely.
So go to our website and get the link so you can get his book. It's a good read. We'll be right back.